It intrigues me how water was used in the creation, in the connection, and in the destruction of the earth. Hello guys, today we are discussing a few creative lessons I learned from the book of Genesis. In our goal to create 3 seasons of the first Nigerian superhero animated universe, we have decided to study no other person but, you guessed it right, God, the creator of this universe. If you want to do anything right, you have to follow who knows rules. So in this episode, we are going to be discussing life lessons I learned while reading the book of Genesis. Firstly, I learned that as a creative, it becomes your responsibility to step into the darkness and birth the light, just as God did. You know, outside just the exterior darkness, there's a darkness that exists within each and every one of us. So I have personally seen creativity as that tool that helps us tackle our demons and birth light into our lives. As an example, I always look to God. It is no hidden knowledge that before the book of Genesis, we all agree that there was a battle in heaven where Lucifer tried to overthrow God. Now, we all know God to be an emotional being. God is love, God is a jealous God. So we know Him to be capable of emotions. Has any one of us ever stopped to think, how would you feel or how did He feel when his right hand man, his most beloved angel, thought it wise to overthrow him? That level of darkness, there's that level of betrayal, that level of hurt. I don't think it's easy on anyone. I learned from God to not stay in pain, but stand up and keep going. He still went further to create man in his own image and likeness. So, that being said, I learned that it is necessary to always see beyond the pain, to always proclaim light into your life and light into the world. Secondly, I also learned that as a creative, you have to make use of every available resources present to you. The Bible said the Spirit of God moved on the surface of the water. Have we ever stopped to wonder who created this water? The way I look at it, I look at water as that element that multiplies, that element of change, that element of life. And God has the consciousness to direct this element into birth and life. It's just like man and woman. When a man meets a woman and he loves her, he woos her, he spreads her and deposits his consciousness into her. She births a child in his spitting image. Yes, he created the child, but would you say, the woman wasn't vital in this creation process? Nah. That's the same way I look at this relationship between water and God, because even Jesus said in John 3 verse 5 that you cannot make it into heaven except you are born of water and spirit. The Spirit of God and the water came together to birth the life that we know today. Now, to buttress my point, after he said, "Let there be light," he went further to divide the waters from the waters, giving birth to the sky and the sea. Then he goes further to divide the sea, creating space for land. He looks at everything, he says it is good. When the land was barren, in Genesis 2, he caused the water to rise from the sea onto the sky and fall down upon the land. And from the dust uses it to create man. This taught me another vital lesson, that creativity has a lot to do with intentionality, discipline, and a system. Because it is the same system God used in creating the earth that He used in creating man. How do I mean? The earth is over 70% water, 25 to 30% earth. And that's the same thing with the human body. The human body consists of mostly water, over 55 to 60% water, and the rest is from the soil. Before He breathes in consciousness into us. Remember, before He created man, He said, "Let us create in our own image and likeness." He obviously didn't do it alone. Men over the years will have come up with many theologies around that, but the Bible documents it there. The only two available things there were God and water. That level of discipline, intentionality, and system is vital in whatever form of creativity we choose to embark on. We should also note that God did not rest while creating, He created before He rested. And that is a very important topic again, the importance of resting. After creating, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. It is important to rest. It is important to rejuvenate. Another vital lesson I learned is the need to diversify. Yes, the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the water, and He intended to create beings in His own image and likeness. But man doesn't move upon the surface of the water, do we? We exist on land. We can see that God, in His infinite wisdom, diversified. He created from the water, He was able to birth both the sky, the sea, and the land. And that is why, personally, as a creative, I choose to make music, I choose to paint, I choose to go into animations and comics. Because, like God did, diversify. I can't be in one place when I've been endowed with many. You get? So these are the few lessons that I have learned from the book of Genesis. Update you on more later.